upload it to puts it on their software, and then you can. You want guys? Yeah, you too.
He's got intercepted about 5 times.
Ballmeyer? Seems like they're pretty much just holding the goalies at this point. Do you want me to run it for you again, or?
No, it's okay. Because I don't have the microphone with me, and this will turn in it.
You'll lose the sound.
I guess I'll be on. But yeah, I appreciate it.
How does the
It is
microphone
very
work?
helpful. I think it'll work pretty good. Yeah. It's just in my car right now. But yeah, people said it worked pretty well. It's nice because if you get a couple people on, like the 19th, I always have like 2 people that do it, so it's like they're standing over there talking, and the camera guy's doing his thing, and he's able to zoom in and do all this stuff.
I'm telling you that eye in the sky is the move.
I know, that's what I would love that. All right, here we go over Game 4 of the U.S. Can-Am Cup, taking on Windsor. We're in Game 4. Oh yes, gotta follow the action better. Windsor takes the puck in 1-on-3. We have Brielle Vovis in goal today, or for this game rather. Bosser takes the draw. Wyszynski circles back to Lai, who tries to get it up and out. That gets held in. Centered by Windsor. Fischler has the puck. She gets a little bit of room, moves up through the neutral zone, gets stick check, but still maintains possession, and she drives it in deep. Boston on the forecheck forces a turnover. Harris will hold that in, and they'll go for the change. Good dig by Furch to allow Over to get fresh legs on, and the Eagles will maintain possession in the zone. Now Windsor breaks it out. Fusoni in pursuit. Furch also. Puck swings around to Fusoni. Fusoni tries to chip that up and out. Puck gets held in briefly, and Fusoni now tries to chip out again, held in just at the blue line. Messersmith tries to go behind the net. That gets intercepted, but and shot on net. Vovis with the cover. Puck comes out of the zone. Kearney pushing in on the forecheck. Frazier now with some room on the right side. She'll dump it in low with Putnam in pursuit. Windsor, they bank it off the boards. Up and out to Lou. Lou tries to go through, gets that stick checked off. Chandler dumps it in, and Windsor will come out with it. Caught up in some skates, and now Putnam will dump it in deep. Windsor comes out to retrieve. Go across the neutral zone. Lai has the puck. She'll send that up to Bossert. Just missed the connection there. Now intercepted by Harris. Around the boards, back to Harris. Harris dumps it in down low to Bossert. Windsor tries to clear. Held in by Lai. Wyszynski taken down, no call. Fischler will go in deep. Shot by Bossert gets blocked. And this is a rough view with this ref here. I will try and relocate. All right. Messersmith comes through the neutral zone. Helped out by Adigo Zalzada along the boards. And now Windsor tries to make a pass. That gets kicked up and dumped in. Puck along the boards, held in by Windsor from the right point. They'll take a shot. Furch gathers behind the net. Furch reverses. Furch banks it up the boards, and that will go for a icing. Scoreless game with 10:09 left in the first period. Eagles win the faceoff. They try and come through neutral. That gets held in. Now up and out of the zone. Putnam with the puck. Putnam with the puck behind the net, battling. Helped out by Kearney. Putnam with the wraparound. Putnam still driving. Now picked up by Windsor behind the net. Retrieved by Kearney. Kearney tried to get to the point. Now it does come out to the point. Driven in by Chandler. And puck rings around the boards. Chandler holds it in briefly. Now Windsor has the puck along the boards. They'll work it over to the right side. Player comes in, shot, score. So Windsor takes a 1-0 lead on a quick snapshot from the right hash marks. Looks like it got by Vovis on maybe the blocker side. At the 9:04 mark left of the first period, so Eagles with an early 0-1 deficit. Fischler tries to get up to Lai, bounces on her back. Now Windsor with another shot. That gets blocked. Over to Fischler. Back to Buzinski. Up to Bosser. Bosser tries to hit Harris, but that will go for an icing. Sadiakov tossed out of the face-off circle. In comes Wilson. Windsor wins the puck. Now Sadiakov clears. Fusoni hustling in. Messersmith pinches to hold it in. Windsor goes D to D. That'll get by them. Not quite enough for icing, so Messersmith will go back to retrieve. Messersmith pressured. She gets that up to Sadiakov. That gets intercepted. Back down to Furch. Good protection there to get that one out. Now Sadiakov will chip in. Sadiakov with a shot. That gets partially blocked. Up to Chandler. Chandler over to Lou. Lou. Nice pivot. Back to Chandler. Chandler. Shot. Blocked. Knocked down by Windsor. Windsor will retrieve. Good retrieval by Kearney through the neutral zone. She'll get it over to Chandler. Chandler will dump the puck in low. Good active stick there by Kearney to poke that puck away, but Windsor will push the puck up the left side. Fischler circles the Culver net, looking for an outlet, finds Frazier on the right. Frazier tries to backhand that out, goes off of a skate. Buzinski gets pressured, comes out to Frazier. Frazier on the right wing, tries to dance around, gets it down low to Putnam. Putnam centers it. Puck's loose, still loose up front, whacking away. Goalie can't find it. It's loose on the right side now. Putnam will send that back up the center, but Windsor will try and clear. Held in by Buzinski. And now Windsor will break it out of the zone. They come through the neutral zone. Good back check by Bossert. Fischler up to Lai finds Furch. Furch has a step. Furch comes in on the right. Dangle through the middle. Sends it in on net. And covered by the Windsor goalie. Puck comes around at Messersmith. Slap shot goes wide left. Then by Furch. Regroup by Messersmith. She'll get it over to Seekins. Seekins back to Sadiakov. Sadiakov centers. Good back check by Seekins to stop the Windsor attack, and Windsor will have to go back to retrieve. Windsor circles behind their own net and send it up the left side. Now taken by Frazier. Frazier to Lou. Lou looks to skate it in. Lou dumps it in down low. Puck gets sent up to a Windsor player trying to gain the neutral zone, and she'll dump it in. Didn't gain the red line. Icing against Windsor. Puck one over to Fischler. Fischler backhands the puck in. Puck still work behind the net. Now Windsor will chip that up and out. Fischler back to retrieve. Few hairpins, no ice. Bernie in on the forecheck. Puck comes through center. Buzinski gets taken down, and Windsor will try and wrap that in from the near side. Still battling behind the net. Puck over to Harris. Harris chips that up. Lai tries to pick it up through the neutral zone. Windsor, they'll send it in deep. Fischler again, picks it up. She tries to hit Lai. Doesn't quite connect. Buzinski tries the other side now. That gets sent in deep. Wilson tries to get in the zone. Furch now, and Wilson back to Furch. Furch has a little bit of space. She circles, comes across, over to Messersmith. Messersmith to Fusoni. Fusoni down to Messersmith. Messersmith to Sadiakov. Score! Beautiful shot. Nice passing play. Messersmith and Fusoni playing catch at the top of the blue line. And then Messersmith finds Sadiakov with a snipe over the top right shelf, over the glove, to tie this game 1-1. So one tie game, 2:37 left in the first period. Sony works it behind the net. Windsor goes D to D. They break out the ice and they don't connect, so Messersmith gathers. She sends it cross ice. Windsor with some room on the left side here. Cut off by Fischler. Outlet to Putnam. Putnam gets a stick on it, but was behind the red line when she touched. That'll go back down for icing. Windsor sends a shot wide. Bosser with the puck. Windsor will intercept at the blue line. Pressured by Lai and Bossert. That goes in low. Bossert picks it up. She spots Harris. Harris has some room on the right. She'll take her defender deep. She circles behind the net. Off of a Windsor skate picked up by Lai. Lai will circle behind the net. She looks to center and Windsor covers with Bossert in front. Windsor wins a face-off. Forward comes in 1-on-2. She'll take it wide and met at the blue line. Good quick intercept by Fischler and turn it into offense quickly. Now Sadiakov picks up the puck behind the net. He tries to send in. Windsor will break out. Windsor comes in. Windsor. Oh, good intercept by Adigo Zalzada. Fighting for that puck and now draws a penalty with an interference against Windsor. So good effort by Adigo Zalzada to draw that penalty. Intercepts the D-to-D pass and Culver now with the power play. Puck wins by Sadiakov over to Lou. Lou over to Fischler. Fischler shot. Oh, hits Messersmith pretty square. That probably didn't feel great. Lou tries to skate that in. That gets punched out and buzzer sounds. So we'll have an ice cut now. So 1-1 after first period, ice cut between the first and second period. So we'll take that now and we'll be back shortly. 1:04 left on the Eagles power play to start the second period. All right, we are back underway. Start of the second period here in a tie game 1-1 with Windsor. Puck will get sent down on the Windsor goalie and covered. Starting off this period with Furch. And looks like, Buzinski. She loses in her feet. Furch in pursuit. 2-on-1, save, Bovis. Kicked out to Bosser. Bosser will retrieve. Oh, this is a power play. And Bosser brings that up across the left side. She'll get that over to Buzinski. Buzinski sends in a shot. Save. Over to Furch. She sent that shot wide, and now the puck gets up and cleared through the neutral zone. Furch will go back to Buzinski. Furch trying to gain the zone. Now that gets sticked aside, and we're back at even strength. Puck picked up by Fusoni. Fusoni works in the corners. She gets help from Sadiakov. Sadiakov up to Lou, or Fischler. Fischler, shot gets blocked, and now puck comes to Windsor. They attack on the right side. Retrieved by Lou. Now back to Fischler. Fischler over to Lou. Lou, outlet to Sadiakov, rolls off of her stick. She regains control. She'll chip in and pursue the corner. Windsor, they try and work out the right side. Comes out over to Fischler, who pinches in to hold it in. Now Windsor will send that up and over the head of Fusoni. Lou retrieves. Over to Bosser. Bosser comes through the neutral zone. Puck gets deflected off the head of Lai. And Windsor will now break out. Defended by Fischler. Windsor with the puck on the left. They try and center. That gets disrupted. Windsor now forced to regroup at center ice. Bosser sends it in. Windsor attacking the right. Windsor player spins. Tries to go back to the D. Intercepted by Lai, and she'll chip in. She pursues, and Windsor regroups. Now they have some room on the right side. Hairpin. They'll send a backhand pass across. Harris tries to chip out. Held in for Furch. Furch up to Putnam. Putnam sends it up the boards. That gets Civis blocker. And bounced straight up and in front of her and covered. Kearney wins the draw to Putnam. Now behind the net, 2v2 battle, and the Eagles come out with it. Kearney skating hard through the neutral zone, carries through. She finds Putnam. Good shot and opportunity. Rebound comes out to Furch. That gets sent in wide. Nice feed by Kearney over to Putnam in a prime scoring area. Putnam now with the puck. She sends it up front. That gets sticked aside. Puck over to Messersmith. Low shot, goes wide left. Battle in the far left corner. Windsor comes out with it. Puck now. Seekins with the puck. She sends it over for a shot by Putnam. That goes off of, gets blocked by shin guards. Nice move by Sadiakov. Rolls off of her stick, and Windsor will get the puck back in. They'll go in deep. They ring it around the opposite boards. Chandler tries to chip it out over. Windsor regroups. They'll come through the neutral zone. They're 3-on-2, drop pass, slap shot, gets blocked. Lou pressured in the corner. She'll send that up, intercepted by Windsor. Shot. So over the Culver net. Now attacked by Bossert. Bossert drives wide, pulls up, tries to send it over to Chandler, but comes out of the zone. Harris will go back to retrieve. Harris over to Adi goes Alzada. Now Buzinski with the puck, with speed, crosses, drives behind the net, goes for the drive and tries to stuff it in short side. That gets driven back into the Windsor zone and now clears over to Fischler. Fischler to Frazier. Frazier will chip it in deep. Work along the boards, and now Windsor just sends that out and clear. Fischler back to retrieve. Fischler takes her time, trying to allow some crossing patterns to develop, and Frazier will chip that up and out into the neutral zone. Kearney with the intercept. She backhands in off of the Windsor goalie's glove. Held in now, shot. Goes just wide right. Kearney sends that back up to Furch. Furch puts it back along the boards, and now Windsor will clear. Fischler and Furch back to retrieve. Waved off icing for some reason. Fischler has room. Fischler working her way through the neutral zone. Across the left slot area. Sends it in and score! Nice play by Furch to skate in and escape the pressure, and she sends it towards the net. Putnam drives the net and gets a stick on it, and goal is going to be by Putnam to put the Eagles up 2-1 with 7:09 left in the second period. Good work by Furch and Putnam. Messersmith gets that up to Sadiakov. Sadiakov over to Wilson. Back to Fusoni. Fusoni pulls up, tries to feed Sadiakov. Sadiakov sends it off of the goalie, and they're going to call a slash on Windsor. And the Eagles will go on the power play. Up 2-1, looking to add to their lead with 6:40 left in the second period. Sadikov wins the draw. Back to Lou. Straight at the top. Lou looks over to Fischler. Fischler gets pressure. Sent back to Lou. Lou mishandles and has to come out of the zone. Wait for everyone to get on sides. Now Messersmith tied up. Messersmith gets the puck, but Windsor will retrieve and they'll send it all the way down. Lou picks up the puck. Lou will come through the neutral zone. And Sadiakov works her way and gains entry. Across the left side, she works across the middle. Comes out to Messersmith. Messersmith over to Fischler. Fischler to Sadiakov, back to Fischler. Tries to one time in the slot. Gets partially blocked. Fischler again with the puck. Fischler over to Buzinski. And Messersmith with it back to Fischler. Fischler looks, comes across, over, and shot by Sadiakov. Gets saved, glove saved by the Windsor goalie. Good movement there to look backdoor to Sadiakov. 11 seconds left on this power play. Kearney in for the faceoff. Kearney sends it first on net, and I don't know why they blew the whistle. Maybe net's off again. No, net was not off. They just blew the whistle. Puck was definitely loose. Anyways, Culver wins the draw. Frazier working the boards. Windsor will send that around the boards. Eagles hold it in. And Windsor, they try and clear again. That gets held in. Kearney has some room. She sends in a sharp angle shot from the right dots. And Birch wins the puck battle. Birch comes out with it. She just sends that puck, which hops over Frazier's stick. Still battling. And Windsor will dump the puck in deep to Buzinski. Buzinski she'll clear the puck up the boards, and Windsor will send that right back in. Puck over to Putnam. Picked up by Frazier. Frazier, nice cut to the middle. She sends that over to Putnam. Putnam backhands the puck in deep. That gets bottled up along the boards. Now Windsor will come across the right side. Tied up in the corner. Puck comes up to the right point. Sent in deep. Reverse over to Lai. Lai sends that up to Bossert. Bossert working across the neutral zone. Dumps it in deep. And I think we'll get an offsides against us here. Puck comes just outside the Windsor blue line. Puck gets held up. Lai with the puck. Gets it. Oh, I forgot to move the camera. Anyway, Lai drove in, got a backhand shot off. Glove saved by the goalie. Happy there was no tripping call. Lai picks up the puck. She'll shoot. Goes off of a shin guard. Chandler's gets blocked as well. And Windsor retrieves. Held in by Lou. Lou working across the top of the blue line. She works that all the way back over. Shot, glove save, Windsor. Good look over to Harris for the wrist shot from the right side. Face-off win by Culver. Shot over the net from Fischler. Fusoni in to retrieve. Back over to Wilson battling for the puck, but Windsor comes out with it. Windsor comes across the center. They'll try and chip. Buzinski defending. Now back into the corner. Fischler takes hers into the boards, and now it'll break out to Sadiakov. Sadiakov working. She chips around her defender. She sends it across the middle, just out of the reach of Wilson. That'll go for icing. Culver wins the draw. And we have a penalty